Are the Bella twins ready to hang up the wrestling boots? The family takes on Napa Valley. And are the Bella twins ready to go their separate ways? All this and more on the Total Bellas After Show on AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, I'm Leslie Colon here, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Monique Loveless.
And what's up, guys? I'm Tay Alexandria.
TK isn't here today, but she's handling her business like always, so of course, we miss you today.
Where's she at on the chat?
I know.
Y'all better
Where
go
are you?
attack at TK Trinidad.
Ooh.
Make sure
Instagram,
y'all
Twitter,
let her
everything.
know.
Oh, man.
She's missing today. So how do you guys feel about this episode today?
Oh, okay. It was a beautiful cliche season finale. I mean, I've kind of predicted all of this. They both go their separate ways at the end, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad the Bella twins, together are over.
Right.
That was, the main sad part to me.
Yeah. Well, I think it made sense that both of them ended at the same time. I
Right.
feel like it would have been right for one of them to end and not the other.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I just felt like it was cute and uplifting, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, but it was just
It
cute.
was.
And then
It
it was
was.
like, oh, okay. And then they went their separate ways.
In their cars,
Right.
just one goes
I
to
know.
Phoenix, one goes to LA.
And then Nikki all
Offset.
emotional, and then
Right.
Brie's like, whatever. So that was pretty interesting. All right, let's get to it. It starts off with Evolution, Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey, and Nikki lost, unfortunately.
She did.
So how do you guys feel
I
about her
watched
losing in her match overall?
I already said I really felt like, I mean, you had to break it down like, oh, if she did, she would have to go every week. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I don't care about all that. What I do care about is that I felt like at least they could have gave Nikki a win and then maybe hurried up her storyline so
Yeah.
then she wouldn't get so she lost the belt maybe after that.
Well,
but
in that case, because she did go on to Survivor Series, it could have made sense to do that. So they could have given her the belt and then taken it away at Survivor Series.
yeah,
So,
like I felt like there was a way that they could have at least let her win, especially when they know she was kind of phasing out anyway.
right, yeah.
And Ronda Rousey has a long road to go, and this undefeated stuff is just making me feel like she's not like they're not. No, I know WWE wants all this attention, and that's cool. I get it, but it's not. I don't know.
I personally same thing. I wanted Nikki to win, actually.
Right,
More
yeah.
so, I said this before, more so for her, just separating herself from the whole John Cena thing for her
Yeah,
own personal gain,
course.
too. And if Ronda would have lost, it would have been a huge upset. It would have
Yeah.
been a buzz. So
Right.
I really wanted Nikki to win, but hey.
I know this makes me question who's gonna be good enough to beat Ronda Rousey,
Yeah.
record wise, because I would think the Bella Twins have a big name WWE, so it was weird to me that they wouldn't at least let Nikki defeat her.
I think it would have been more
guess we'll
fun to
see.
watch, too.
Yeah, for
if
sure.
Nikki would have won.
And
It
then
would have. I watched it for that purpose because
Yeah.
I was like, I know Ronda's gonna win, but if they have good writing or they have a good storyline, Nikki will win. So I was like, well, maybe, hopefully, but they didn't. They went with the same
Ronda
old,
Rousey,
same
yep.
old. Like,
and that's
maybe
one of the
next
things
time.
that WWE has that it's very predictable, so everyone kind of
ugh.
knows who's gonna win or not. And then also, I know you guys don't watch on a regular basis, but throughout their whole storyline, they were just talking about John Cena the whole time. I know Ronda was like,
yeah, she
Well,
did
the only-
mention.
yeah.
She mentioned it a few times, but we talked about this. I don't think you were here that week. We talked about it, but we talked about it. That's what Ronda's known for. Like
Right.
she's known for the bad mouthing or hitting
Yeah.
you where it hurts type situation. That to me that's not a big deal either. But I just wanted to see something different. Like WWE, this
course.
is 2019.
I
Can we
agree.
get something that will shock and all of us?
Right.
Even the general pop that don't watch all the time.
True.
But
I mean, the fact that you guys can predict it means that, and you guys don't even watch on a regular basis, then it is
I saw the
very
clips.
predictable.
exactly.
So, yeah,
See,
you're
it could have
right.
been as big as I know it's at the same thing. That's like Floyd Mayweather losing to
Right.
somebody. It could have
Yeah.
been as big as that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
And
hey.
then two big names as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I understand where you
Next
guys are
time,
coming
I don't
from.
know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
Joseph in the chat said Monique is right. The storyline for Ronda's match at Mania has been giant cluster. I can't say that word. And if it was Ronda versus Becky, home home frickin' run. Like, I guess home run.
No, yeah, I understand with you, Joseph. I also wanted Ronda versus Becky by themselves, but WWE doesn't like for the public to boo Ronda Rousey, which makes sense.
But this is the thing.
though.
They're getting her from the UFC, the MMA. Is she MMA? She was MMA, right? Or was she?
UFC.
Okay.
The same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So she's coming off of a defeated run. Like,
Right.
putting her in the WWE and making her undefeated is making her it's making her brand cheesy.
Yeah.
It's
like
boring.
before,
Yeah,
Very boring.
Yeah, before we were like, oh, she's doing the real fighting. She's in the UFC. She's undefeated, and then she gets in there and she gets defeated twice. And now you bring her. Now she took a moment. She's coming into the WWE. They have this huge storyline for her, all these storylines, and then she comes in like undefeated. It's like, no, y'all need to mix it up with her right now because she's coming off of a defeated twice run.
And then not just that, the public is getting boring. That's why all of a sudden, if you're watching right now, she's switching it to a bad guy now. But everyone's just like, okay.
She should be a heel.
Yeah.
She should be a heel anyway.
It makes more sense for her to be a heel, but I feel like they wanted for her to come in as a good person, like a baby face, that's what it's called, for her image in WWE.
They did that all wrong. I feel like they're still trying to go about it like they did in 1992, 1980s. Like, this is 2019.
Well, you have to remember
over.
who's in charge. It's still Vince McMahon, and he's set in his ways, so unfortunately we can't move forward.
So does he not see ratings? Are ratings going down at all?
Yeah, that's
does he
why,
not see that?
That's why he tries to
make a
come
change.
in. I know, but he's very stern in his ways. He's the owner.
It's like, I mean, it's like the
Somebody
government.
step him down.
Well, it's like the government. They stay in those positions. They stay into those positions until they kind of like are too old and they just are senile and can't really do anything anymore.
Right.
So I feel like, yes, I understand that, but as the people, we're telling Vince McMahon right now,
Change it up.
we need something different. This is 2019. Like, we need some unpredictable things.
They're gonna wait till it's too late and they have nobody watching, and then they'll like, you know what, maybe we should change it.
That's the difference between brands. Triple H runs NXT, and NXT is huge. But the problem that you see is once these wrestlers come up to the main roster, their characters get mixed up because like they don't know what to do with them. So that's the problem. Like, there's management. Triple H is running NXT versus Triple H is not mainly making the decisions on Raw. So that's why Raw and SmackDown are kind of going down while NXT continues to go up.
Well, showing.
Yeah.
We're seeing the show of the predictability.
I know.
Yeah.
So then
They do.
So Nikki lost the match, and then she continues her storyline to Survivor Series and then the European tour. But they also highlight the fact that this was the end of the Bella twins together wrestling, and that they were together for 12 years. So how do you guys feel about like all those videos and stuff about them?
Well, the funny part is, and I meant to add this into news too, is that they're already talking now. Even before the finale came, they were already saying that they might make a return already. So they, or Brie or somebody might make a return already. So I don't understand the whole, like, if you're going to retire, go do something else. Like, not something else outside of WWE, but even if it's something not inside the ring, but don't keep, like, I feel like all this, I'm going to keep announcing my retirements. I feel like that's why it wasn't that big this time.
Especially right now, because we kind of already knew, and they weren't so active with WWE and in the ring.
I feel like it's time for them to, like, and maybe that's a good thing too, because now maybe we can see more of their lives instead of their career lives with their show. So it could go in a different route.
Wait, so how many times have they like fake retired, or have they?
Well,
would this be like number 2?
This is like
second. Here's the thing with the Bellas: they're known for leaving and coming back. So it's not the first time they've done it. I think it's like the 4th time that they've done this. Yeah. So they left, I think, back in 2010, and then they came back after like 2 years. So they've done it before.
I remember that when I was watching Total Divas.
Yeah, it was at the very beginning. Okay. So they're still considered ambassadors, which means that they're still connected to the brand no matter what. Which is why they just announced also that they're going to be on the WrestleMania Access, so where people can go and take pictures with them and like sign their autographs and stuff like that. So they're still technically part of the company, just not in-ring competitors. Yeah.
But why do I feel like this time is their actual? Well, I don't know. You guys just said they're already trying to make a comeback again.
Yeah,
I saw that they're trying to make a comeback already.
I can't keep up.
That's why I feel like they shouldn't make such a big deal, especially because if it was like a whole Bryan situation where he really wasn't able to wrestle medically, okay, but if you're really gonna stop wrestling, then stop wrestling, because then they get all this time on TV, and then the women who are actually working towards this aren't able to get their time because the Bella twins just come in and kind of take over.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, that's what bosses do.
And it's who they are. So then also in regards to wrestling, Bryan becomes a heel, so he's a bad guy now, and he wins his championship versus AJ Styles, and he also fights Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. How do you guys think he's going to do as a bad guy now?
I like it when they switch. It's like fun to me to watch that.
Yeah, everybody was confused and conflicted.
That's the thing. Yeah, people are still confused. It's so hard for me to watch him on SmackDown because I can't see him as a bad person.
Yeah.
It doesn't
that's
fit
the fun
him.
part to me. Like,
but
it probably would be really fun for him, too.
But fans are so confused.
Yeah, no, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Because, somebody like Ronda, she can be a heel because that is her persona.
Right.
Somebody like Bryan, it's him being a heel is just
I get what you're saying, though.
Because that's not even his persona.
Right.
Like, so I just feel like they're...
What did he say? I
need
love
some
seeing...
fresh... Companies need to understand that you need to bring in fresh, new people that are fans, but maybe not, they can still do this.
Yeah.
And help out with the heads who are doing this still, because we're going in a totally different time now.
I know.
And all the stuff that they're doing is just kind of like, it's questioning your ability anymore.
Yeah.
So I just feel like...
And the way this company is going to move forward. Because they have the people, they have the wrestlers, they have the ability to make these great matches, but they don't. So that's the problem.
Well, going back to Bryan, I feel like it's in him to be the heel. Only because, what did he say at the end? He said, like, I love seeing young women, like young girls cry. What did he say in the little thing?
That he loves to see little kids.
Little kids boo.
Boo, yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Boo. Little boo.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Didn't know that was in you to say that in general, but all right.
Yeah, but when you see him in the ring and try, like, you could tell he's trying so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't watch this match. I like him as a competitor, but the character goes a long way in WWE. If you can't play, like, your character, then you're not going anywhere. And right now, he's, like, this, like, eco-friendly wrestler who's, like, mean and has his like championship that's eco-friendly and stuff like that. So it doesn't make sense. Like, you're connecting, a person who's eco-friendly and then who's like a bad person.
Yeah.
So that's why it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusing, but it's exciting to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Bella family takes on Napa Valley due to harvest season, and as you guys know, the Bellas have their own wine. So Nikki is emotional due to the memories that Napa brings back. Because we know. She was about to get married there.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, she was about to get married there last season when they had that cluster as...
And they broke up in Napa Valley.
I remember that. Yeah. I didn't know they were going to get married there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get it now.
That's why she was getting the tour and stuff.
Yeah, she was.
And that was her first time back since then, right? Ooh, I feel it.
So she says that this is her healing process and she's ready for a new Nicole. Do you guys understand why she's like so emotional and where she comes from?
I think, how in the beginning of the season we see Nikki kind of like not going crazy, but like she's like living life. She's being free. She's being a free spirit. And now it's like levels to this. That was then. That was that. And now she's kind of bringing it down and actually like thinking about what's really going on.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of her for that.
Yeah.
At this level of like, okay, now I'm just trying to be Nikki, like, a new chapter. I'm proud of her for this.
Yeah. I feel like once you go through like a big breakup, you kind of go through like your crazy moments where you're like, I'm just going to do whatever. I don't care. Nobody's like around me.
Well,
it's a moment.
It's like a moment of finding yourself.
Yeah.
It's a quick second, how this was.
It's a moment of finding yourself outside of that relationship, because we as women tend to compromise a lot. And over the years...
You have something to say?
I know.
Over the years, you don't realize until you're out of that relationship how much you've compromised yourself.
Right.
So I feel like it's like a finding of herself. But my favorite part of them going to the wine thing is when they did the testing.
The
they
blindfold wine tasting game.
Yeah, really good job.
Right.
And I'm a wine person. Like, I get that from my mom, but like I can't be blindfolded and like close my eyes. Like, okay, I can tell between red and white, but not like, okay, this is Merlot, this is Sauvignon Blanc, this is like Cabernet. I can't do that.
And then the fact that JJ, of course, had to make it fun for him and tequila and soda.
Yeah.
She's like, this is Coke. And Brie won.
Brie
so
won.
were you guys surprised to see that Brie won?
No, Brie wins everything. Remember when they went to the IQ testing?
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
I feel like because Nikki always wants to win, she never ends up winning.
She doesn't. She's like Miss Perfectionist, but
Yeah.
Brie is.
No, for real.
No, I see.
Because
I
she
get
tries
it now,
so
that I think about
hard
it.
that she never wins.
Yeah.
But she won in that little dart thing. The axe thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
She did that one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she when it comes to mental like stuff or things like that where I feel like you have to use your mind a little more, and it seems like Brie always wins those.
Right.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Nikki would have won that because that involves alcohol.
Me too. And that's why JJ was like, oh, I was going to make a bet that Nikki was going to win, but then I was way off. Good thing I didn't bet.
Well, we had Brie mode. What are y'all talking about?
I know.
Like Brie is alcohol. Like she was once
You're
her
right.
party alcoholic
True.
girl, and I'm pretty sure that within all of that, she was, even when she was pregnant, she was like, she was smelling wine.
Yeah,
she was
that's
like,
true.
oh my gosh, I can't taste it, so I'm a smell
But I
it,
think
so.
we've seen Nikki, and because of John, all they would do was kind of drink wine and drink these different types of wine. So I think he was like, all right, she's going to
Yeah, there's Brie mode, but then like that's like constant
Brie mode is
Nikki
just kind of
low-key.
like shots.
Like shots,
Let
right?
me just take it.
But
I
she
don't
like
care what this
sporadic
is.
stuff.
Yeah.
I feel
Nikki's
like she's
like
always
constant.
loved wine.
Right.
though. No,
Kind of
she's
more classy with
Yeah.
her wine, while Brie's like, screw this, I'm in party mode.
Right.
No, she still always liked her wine though, because even like I said, when
yeah.
she was pregnant, she was like, I have to smell it. I still feel like it makes sense that Brie won.
Well, that was funny. And then also we see Nikki and Brie have this conversation about Nikki wanting to move to LA, and then her explaining to Brian, how she feels on the fact that she doesn't go home to someone who can support her, or like her family. If she doesn't have money for rent, she feels like she would have to go to her family. But the thing about that was, I felt like I wanted to hear Brian's opinion, and we didn't hear his opinion. We only heard the family. So what do you guys think about what she said about that?
Say it again. What did you say?
About her going on her own and like not having anyone to kind of
Like when they were on the couch,
Yeah.
like and Brie and Brian were talking
to
about
be with and to support her like
yeah.
emotionally, and
Yeah.
a partner pretty much.
Because the twins are used to being together, like in the vicinity,
Right.
Like so now this time for once, like Nikki's actually going to LA, and
Yeah.
like now Bree's first priority is her
family.
and like Nikki doesn't have like a backbone to fall off on that's in
Yeah.
close vicinity. So who is Nikki gonna like fall to
Right.
now?
They have not always been in close vicinity, because they were living in Arizona and halfway Washington when Nikki
True.
was with John Cena in Tampa. So,
But he had John. But she had John then.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
But
she had
still.
somebody like solid, and she had John, and Brie had Brian. So
But then
they
if
were
you
cool.
think about it, at the same time, John was never really there.
Yeah,
So
John
I think
was not even.
but it was-
you're right. John wasn't
Yeah.
even really there because he was traveling and stuff. There was times where Nikki was like, "I've been in
Wait.
this house all by myself."
Yeah, so that's why she
a
would go to her
lot.
moms and stuff.
So I feel like there's been times where they've been apart. There's not been a time where they've always just been twinning together. So
Right.
Well, maybe it was dramatic effect. I don't know.
No, I think it has to do with everything that has happened. After her breakup, Brie immediately was like, I need to go rescue my sister. So
She
I
did say
feel like
that.
she got used to that, and now she's not okay with being on her own.
Maybe that was more so like a Bree side of things.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna like go save my sister anymore type
Right.
of thing. This is like
Yeah.
the first time I'm gonna do this.
And even though Nikki tries to claim that, she's independent, she doesn't need Brie, you can see in so many cases that she
That's
needs her
twins.
sister, especially in wrestling, especially like in life, living close with her.
no, I think the cameras got y'all fooled. That's all that is.
Well, I said that. It was
I
dramatic.
honestly feel like that it was just a filler. That was just filler talk.
So you don't think they need each other?
No,
To that
I think they
extent.
talk every day. I feel like if they don't talk, I feel like they're FaceTiming each other. They're FaceTiming Birdie. I feel like they're still always there. But there's been times where they've been apart. And Nikki has been living in John's house. Like, he hasn't been there months on time filming to WWE stuff, to everything. So there's, like, no, this is just a repeat. She's just not with John, which is not like a huge difference from him not being home all the time. So I think that was filler talk.
I still think it's a mental distance though, because
yeah, for sure.
Brie is, like I said, Brie is now like more so, instead of Nikki, more so focusing on like Bernie and herself and Brian and
we
family.
See that a lot through the season.
That's changed somebody's mindset. So now less time mentally is going to be put into Nikki.
Right, and not just that. I think like she's not mentally strong yet to the point where she's so independent like she was before, because she always at the end of the day had someone to go back home to.
And even though John was away, he's coming back,
and she still had him like
now she's like single. Well,
she's
not really.
Not single.
She's not single anymore.
She's still not single. So
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that was filler
during
talk.
That time. I don't think she was during the time when they filmed that episode. I don't think she was with Artem yet, though.
Correct.
I think they were. During that they've been together since December. Like, I feel like they've officially been together since December. So that means they had to be dating for this to end like that. They had to be dating probably before that, or at least going out on dates. I feel like she really moved to LA due to the fact that she was dating him.
Yes, but there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship with someone. If you're dating someone, you're seeing them like here and there, but when you're in a relationship, so I think they're officially in a relationship, and
that's a different mentality
too. For sure.
And she was dating in the beginning of this the season too, so that's different. She didn't really have somebody. Now you're in a relationship. Now you have somebody.
Right.
When she moved to LA, did they not show her getting on his bike? She moved to LA when Brie moved to Phoenix, she was already in a relationship with Artem and moved to LA.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
okay,
I get you.
Got it.
Agree to disagree.
Yes, agree to disagree. Timing is different.
Yes, it is. And dating and relationship is a completely different thing.
I think it was filler talk. So, yes, agree to disagree. Because to me, it was just filler talk.
Anyways, let's talk about this birthday bash. The Bellas turned 35, and Brie wants a centaur.
I didn't know what in the hell that was. Like, I had to Google it. I was like, oh, okay.
You know what that reminded me of? I don't know if you guys have watched this movie, The Chronicles of Narnia.
I had. Oh,
yeah. You know how, like, all of them, like, were dressed like that? So that's what I thought of. But then it didn't make sense. Like, why would you want your birthday to be themed of a centaur? Or something?
Well, she said it was on her bucket list, so check off the bucket list.
But before this, I had never heard of that.
That's a bucket list? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I didn't say that.
No,
so she said it.
That's okay.
All I know is that it was weird, but hey,
it was weird.
I think it was weird.
Well, I mean, it was only one guy, so they didn't really go all out, but it was still kind of weird.
Which just makes it more weird.
Yeah,
you
that's
just have
true.
one guy to fulfill a theme. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
And then throughout this birthday party, the Bellas have their dinner with their family and their close friends, and this is where Nikki announces that she bought her house in LA. Were you guys surprised in the fact of how like Brie responded and how she was super supportive about that?
Hadn't she already mentioned it prior to like a couple episodes ago? So Brie already kind of had an idea.
Yeah, but before that, she didn't officially go through with it. That's why she got the beach house in San Diego.
Got it.
Yeah.
But she said her lease is like,
Brie already knew. She already knew. Like,
so you think it's for the cameras?
Yeah, this was all. The finale was pretty much all for the cameras. The finale was pretty much all for cameras. That's what it was. Like, I mean, because you can tell by the way, we've watched their shows many of times. Right. You can tell by the way they react when one of them doesn't know something before the camera rolls. Like, their reactions tell everything. But, I mean, with them being cool with that, I mean, she already talked about it. She already told Brie. She already, like, all of this was done, I feel like, before cameras rolled.
Just like when Brie announced that she was moving to Arizona. And Nikki was just kind of like...
Yeah, Nikki was just kind of like,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, when they really don't know something about each other and they say it on camera, like, they really get either they'll get really angry.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh my gosh, like, Nikki just walks away or Brie just, like, walks away. So you can tell when they're really getting into it and when they've already discussed it before the cameras.
I was so surprised the fact that she verbally said it.
For storyline and I guess fake camera purposes, I think that Brie did an awesome reaction for the fact that Nikki is like recognizing Nikki is moving on by herself.
Yeah.
Starting a new chapter.
And I think because Brie is at the point where she's like, okay, you're not my priority anymore. I'm glad you're actually doing something for yourself and you're not coming to me to ask me what I'm doing so you could come with me.
Got it.
And that's where I think they kind of split. their own separate ways.
And to mix it both ways, what Monique is saying, I think maybe like off camera, Brie knew, but like maybe it was the first time the family knew.
Right.
That could be it too. So
and
I'm putting both together.
All, like super surprised, right? So this is where after this birthday party, the Bellas feel that they know who they are and they're moving forward with their life. Brie, her family, and then Nikki to LA to live her single life and living happily ever after. So then we see that Brie moves to Arizona and Nikki to LA, and then they will be separated after 35 years. And this means new beginnings. How do you guys feel about that whole scene where they went home in their cars and then Nikki was crying and Brie was just like, all right.
Okay, I feel like if she were to say this, I'm with Monique on this one because I feel like this was like a set purpose and like they just drove off, but like down the street. And then they just met together, like, all right, let's go have dinner real quick. And then like there's like the whole crying thing that was a bit much because the camera was just like right there
on her face,
on both of their faces.
Yeah,
I think that's what I was saying. That was like an overly cliche season finale, but I mean.
And then also Brian didn't react. He was just like, all right, let's just go.
That one I will say that was like,
Brian is not, we're all privy to this. He knows, like, Brian is like, okay, y'all are going all dramatic, but y'all are going to talk tomorrow. If not in a few hours.
Right.
Like,
They just like went out to dinner somewhere.
Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it really isn't. Like, we've seen this before. We know how they kind of maneuver with one another. We know how they work with one another. So it's not like it was such a big difference.
So do you feel like if this relationship doesn't work out, Nikki will eventually move back to Arizona?
I don't think she'll go to, okay, if it doesn't work out, I think she'll stay, but or she might go somewhere else, but it won't be Arizona. Maybe.
Fair enough.
I don't think Nikki's going anywhere anytime soon unless she gets into a serious relationship. If she gets into a serious relationship and it's with someone who doesn't live in LA, I think she's prone to do it again and move with wherever they are. If they're busier than she is, but I feel like a life in LA is not that family life.
It's not.
So,
at all.
I feel like
we know from experience.
Yeah, I feel like that's what she really wants. So she's prone to move. If she has a serious relationship, she's going to get married. She knows, because she's at that age now where she's 35 and she's retiring from what was the biggest part of her career. And I think she's trying to make some differences and some different moves, but I really feel like if she gets into a serious relationship where there's marriage and kids, she won't be in LA.
Because I feel like Artem is a rebound, first of all.
I was just going to ask, do you feel like he's marriage material?
Oh, I don't know if he's marriage material. I just think as far as Nikki's mindset right now, she had just said, I don't know about the timing when they film, like, okay, I want to be on like a new chapter by myself. I'm not ready. I'm just starting the not grieving process, but like the process of, because she even
she did say that. She just started the grieving process.
Like the first time she started the grieving process, and it'll kill her if she ever saw John with somebody else. Like if you're officially moved on, you're not gonna think about stuff like that. You're not thinking about what the next person, your old dude, is doing.
Right.
So I think Artem is a rebound, and it's not gonna last long.
Well, Joseph in the chat is saying
clearly, Joseph,
if her and Artem don't work out, I think magically it will be revealed that her and John are actually married.
Oh, God.
And Gabby agrees that they are married. So
Seriously?
do you guys think that John and Nikki are actually married?
No.
I don't think that they're married, but I'm on the same storyline as Joseph. I do feel like they are seeing each other. I still feel like they're seeing each other.
Yeah.
And like with benefits. Benefits. So everybody knows how I feel about Artem. I feel like this is a business thing for Artem, and I feel like this is a rebound for Nikki, or at least for people to get off her back about John.
Yeah.
This is her way of kind of saying, well, here you guys go. And this is a good way for Artem to come up in a different lane than DTWS. Isn't that what it is?
Dancing with the Stars. DWTS.
DWTS. I was close. But I feel like this is like Juliana Huff did. Like, I just feel like he might want to switch out of a different lane and do something different. And he's expressed that. And Nikki's like, okay. And she's like, well, we can do this. But I don't feel like it's real. I do feel like she still talks to John. I feel like they still date each other. I feel like they go out on their nightly dates and everything.
Yeah, well, he's been very low-key. He's always been super low-key, but even more ever since the breakup.
Actually.
So it doesn't make sense.
Any interviews after he expressed, like, it was like he went
That he
on this
wanna marry
whole...
her.
Yeah, it was like he went on this whole interview thing trying to plead to her, I want to marry you now, and I want to have kids. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And then when they broke it off, like, it was like he went and done his movie, and then you haven't heard anything from him. Like, nothing.
I still think it's a no, but if in the future something comes out on E, I will think about you guys.
Well, because she's been saying that while she was dating, she would still tell John who she was dating and who she was talking to and get his opinion.
Yeah.
So, and she's said it publicly.
I feel like...
Yeah.
I feel like he's like, well, you know what? I've tested the waters and I know I want you. And if you want to test the waters, go ahead and see how it is. And he's letting her test the waters, but I still know he's in the corner like, oh, I got you. You coming back. It's only a matter of time. I don't need any kids, so I'm good. I can keep with my thing.
Yeah.
But I'll let you test the waters and see if you find anything better, but you know you're not. I feel like that's John all the way.
Interesting.
And he's letting her kind of like test the waters, but he knows they're
She'll
still
come back.
seeing each other.
Yeah.
They're still seeing.
I do believe that.
He's super low key right now.
That is very true.
Like super, not like. I think it's because he doesn't want anybody to ask him anything of that caliber. So he's been like super low key,
especially now that it's public. And she even said like, "Oh, I'm gonna be talking to the media tomorrow about all this."
Yeah.
So,
and the fact that she's really close with Artem and they had a chemistry, I feel like this is a good thing because this helps him to get out of that era of the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And now he can do something a little bit different.
Bigger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys watch the show, but he's a regular pro, but he's not as big as the other ones, like Julian Huff or Derek Huff or all the main ones. So he's just there. He's good, but he's not. He doesn't have a big name in Dancing with the Stars. So I do believe
now
that.
He has one.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
in
bigger,
a whole different world because
world.
it's like wrestling. Who would have thought?
Well, not even just wrestling. It's now celebrity because the Bella twins are celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they've crossed over into mainstream now. So they're a mainstream commodity. So now he's on a mainstream level when they take pictures together or do anything together.
Right.
So I just feel like, yes, he's a rebound. Do I feel like John is still there? Yeah, I feel like John is there. I feel like eventually they will get married and she'll pop out a kid. And that'll be it.
All right.
He said that on the Today Show. I think that they're still talking. That's what Joseph is saying right now. So, yeah, I do think that they're still talking.
John said on the Today Show?
Personally, I don't feel like I can see Nikki with anyone else. I just see Nikki with John.
You're used to it?
Yeah.
Or is it, okay, because that's two different things. If you're used to it or just...
No, because I'm used to it.
Okay.
And seeing her with Artem, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
I
don't feel like they, like,
I don't feel that
together.
Either. I agree, I don't feel that either. That's why I said
super
it was
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine her like this huge athlete or something. I don't know, like a football player. But I don't know.
No,
I
it's John. He's just older, and he has the ability to be like, listen, I'm going to hang back here. I'm a grown man. I got things I need to do. You go out and test the waters. You going to come back. Because you're here, because we're on date night, and I just feel like if I need to prove it to you, I'm going to prove it to you, but whatever.
And he's used to being on his own and not necessarily needing anyone. And to be honest, I don't feel like he's going to get in another relationship after this. He was already super, like, scared of being with Nikki and then marriage and all that. So I don't think he's going to be with anyone else.
I don't know. Everybody in the chat pretty much agrees with me right now because... That is a John thing. That is such a John thing. Like,
for sure.
He's very, like, low-key. He lets, he's, like, kind of out there. He's low-key, but he's like, if you want to be out there, I'll be out there with you. If you don't want to be out there, I'm cool with chilling back here and just working.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's such a John thing. Like, I'll hang back. You do your thing because you're younger than me. Like, I've done it. You do it. And we'll meet back on Friday because they have date night still.
Oh my God.
They have date night still.
Well, that's that.
Okay.
We all have our opinions. I do believe John and Nick are still together.
Yes.
So do you. But
I do.
Okay, you're like,
I'll be the one that says no.
Let's move forward.
Yep.
All right.
And next.
Monique, do you have some news for us today?
Oh, yes. We have an
AfterBuzz TV News.
Let me pull it up because I wasn't all the way ready. Okay, so the Bella twins have a new podcast. So they said they're turning off the cameras and they're about to turn on the mics, and so they should be dishing. Nikki said that she'll be dishing definitely about the finale and kind of wrap it up and put those bows on it that we're looking for.
That was a pretty picture of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, are y'all gonna listen?
To be honest, I didn't even expect for them to do something like this. It's
didn't
weird
either.
for me. I would think like, they already have their YouTube channel. So if they wanted to do something, I think they would have done
touching
it
a
there.
different
But
clientele.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We'll see.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to listen
Me
because
either.
them talking is different than looking at them.
Right.
So.
Is it bad I can't tell them apart in that picture?
You
I couldn't tell them apart.
Brie on
Brie,
the left
Nikki.
and then Nikki on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Nikki's
Normally I can, but like that one I
Nikki's
couldn't.
nose is a little different for some reason.
Yeah.
There's always, okay.
Yeah. And
Just
then
wondering.
Brie's eyebrows are completely different too.
Got it.
Okay. Nikki confirms. Oh, no, we're confirming Nikki with Artem. She finally confirms that she's with Artem with
There
their
you go.
PDA
Okay.
picture. They were doing lots of PDA.
How many views is that? Almost half a mil?
Yep.
So now they're
100,000.
announcing to the world officially as of December they're together, supposedly.
Did she put a date on there?
Yeah, she said since December 18th or 2018. Since December 2018, they've been officially.
2018?
Yeah.
I wonder
said
how many-
December 2018.
I wonder how many
I thought you
followers.
said 19.
No, 2018. They're officially
See,
together.
like that picture is weird to me. I don't know. I can't see
It's
it.
Yeah,
because
and
you're
she
used to John.
and she
too.
looks
Yeah,
like Brie.
big time.
That's the different
Yeah.
story.
But I don't know. It's cringy. I don't like it.
And then Bella's finally announced their retirement. I don't know why WrestleMania keeps going up. But Bella's finally announced their retirement, and
There we go.
Paige
Yeah.
and Natty give their, their goodbyes
Yeah.
and let them know how much they loved working with them.
Well,
which
apparently
was-
fake retirement, right?
Well, this was weird to me because when I saw it on Instagram and I was like, what retirement are they talking about? But I guess they're going off of like the show when they were
Oh,
like,
gosh.
all right, I'm going to not wrestle anymore. But I didn't see them announce it like
It's
big time or
somewhere-
anything like that.
Yeah, somewhere I said Nikki Bella has retired from the ring and the WWE. So I don't know. They've come
don't know.
back
It's
so
just
many
weird.
times.
Yeah.
So
surprised
And
Yes.
they're
said
definitely
that.
going to come back. I do believe that.
And then, according to Leslie, this is breaking news.
This
The
is breaking news.
The WWE has confirmed that for the first time in WWE history,
Yep.
women will main event WrestleMania on April the 7th.
Yes, women power.
Live streaming, right?
Yes.
At 7 p.m. Central Time. So that makes it 8 p.m. No, 6 p.m.
backwards.
here
6 p.m. here.
in Pacific Time and 8 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time.
So for my wrestling fans, make sure you tune into WrestleMania and definitely support your women wrestlers. It's going to be a good match. Becky versus Ronda versus Charlotte. But of course, like Joseph said, we all wanted Becky and Charlotte just by themselves. But it's going to be a good WrestleMania. And make sure you tune in on the WWE Network.
You mean
So that's where
Becky
you
and
can-
Ronda by themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky
What'd
and
I say?
Ronda by them. Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ugh, wrong one. Not the Flair.
And then, last but not least, Ms. and Mrs. comes back Tuesday, April the 2nd at 10 p.m. on the USA Network, which I'm super excited about. They will be back, and hopefully we'll be back to talk about them too
Yes.
here. So make sure you guys tune in to them. We love them. They're on.
Yes, they
they're
do.
about to have their second baby.
I like
the second
them.
It Baby.
Yeah.
What do you guys predict it's going to be?
A boy. Didn't she say it was a boy?
She already announced that.
She already
was a
said
boy?
it?
I thought she announced it. Maybe I'm just tripping and it just happened to be my, what is it called? My clairvoyancy.
They have a what now?
I feel like they're
I
having a
don't
boy.
know. I think she just, I'm not sure.
Oh.
But I
feel
know
like
she announced that she was
might have
pregnant
announced-
for sure.
Yeah, she announced
Yeah.
that for sure. I think it's a boy.
She has what does she have now? A girl?
A girl, Monroe Sky.
I want it to be a boy. I'm all
Yeah.
for families having both.
Yeah.
So I
For
want it
sure.
to be a boy.
I didn't like the Miz and Maurice in WWE because of their characters, but after watching the reality show, it's so
You like
hard not
them?
to love them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
their
I've always liked
personality, and I never did. I guess just because they had such a big feud with like Brian and stuff like that, and I was always like Team Bella. So then after watching the reality show, I was like, all right, they're super cool. So we're definitely gonna have an after show, so tune in for that. All right, shadiest moment.
That gets me every time. I didn't really have one. My mine is small. At the end, when they were doing their dramatic drive-off scene, Brie was like, before she got in the car, now you get to go live your own life and not mine.
That was mine too.
That was the only one I picked up though. Everything else was cute.
Everything else was cute.
Everything else was like cute.
This was the only time where that was a little bit of shade. That was it in this episode.
I didn't even think it was necessary. Like, you could tell from the start that Nikki was emotional. Well, I felt like she was emotional. I did.
Well, she's been emotional this whole,
Yeah. I didn't think that was necessary. And she was like,
well, that's what makes it shady.
True. You're right.
You're right.
Any other ones?
Shadiest moment.
Yeah.
No, I felt like that was the...
That was like the only one, really. Everything else was like, violins and sweet doves and whatever.
Doves.
Coming out.
Rainbows and butterflies.
Rainbows and peaches. And
Rainbows and butterflies.
I didn't say that right. All right, final thoughts on this whole season and this episode. How do you think we're going to move forward now?
Move forward? Like, predict... Well, as far as Nikki goes, I just think Artem is a rebound. I'll just stick to that.
Anything else?
No.
I thought this season was overall better executed than it was last season, because last season was a horrific wreck. Like, it was terrible. So this season was overall better. I don't think that clearly Nikki is with Artem like that. So I don't foresee them being together that long. And then I'm ready for Ms. and Mrs. And Total Divas has a new cast. Like a new cast. Carmella's coming back. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see more of her. So I hope that we get to see more of her in Total Divas. And then Rhonda is coming on. Which will be interesting to kind of see into her life. Yeah. We've never really seen into her real life like that. So I think it'll be interesting to see into, her real life. Yeah, so. And
then no Lana. Or the Bella Twins are not going to be part part of Divas this season. So that's a big one.
They wanted to focus solely on their stuff, and then Lana, that was
salty.
That was a little bit of shade why they took Lana off, because she's been fighting so hard just to be on TV. Period.
Is that The Rock's cousin, or am I getting mixed up?
No, that's Naya.
Naya. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Naya, I think is going to be part of the
cast
too.
Still on. Yeah, she's still on.
Yeah. But I feel like Lana makes Total Divas. She makes it fun. She makes it entertaining, especially with Rusev.
She gives the drama. She gives the drama that it needs.
Big time.
Honestly, Natty can go. Honestly, I feel like Natty.
I would keep Natty.
I love Natty. She's so funny.
Natty. And her family. I like her dad. I would keep Natty.
R.I.P.
We could boot somebody else, though. I'm trying to think of the name. I feel
like
right now.
We could boot Natty. We could get rid of Natty. We could get rid of... They don't really show a lot about Naya.
Yeah.
What's the one with the green hair? I like her, though.
Oh, Naomi.
I love Naomi. She has to. That's a definite stay.
I
love her
girl.
Yeah. Trinity needs to stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it for my predictions.
I really liked this season. It was more entertaining, no surprise there.
It was better than last season, because last season was just it was bad. PR didn't do that right. Yeah. They didn't execute, edit, none of that. No.
And then I do believe that the Bella Twins are going to come back to wrestle, because now that the tag team championships are out, I feel like those championships were meant for them. So the Bella Twins have to come back and take part in a tag team, I don't know, match or something, but they're definitely going to take part in that. I don't think they're officially done. Something big is going to happen, and just Evolution, they're going to come back.
I think they're going to come back to make small, big appearances, but not actually be in the ring.
That's what Joseph said. He said, I see them getting a women's tag team championship match by Summerism.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
No, he said summer, he meant summerish. Summerish.
Yeah, but then he says SummerSlam. Oh. That's a pay-per-view.
Summerism?
No, SummerSlam. I see it.
SummerSlam.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph.
I'm that's a pay-per-view.
For one.
I saw I need glasses, so it's okay.
All right, quick shout out to all of our fans that are in the chat. Thank you for tuning in this whole season. We really appreciate you. Make sure you tune in to all of our other wrestling shows, reality, or just straight up wrestling.
Yes, and
where can they find you?
You can find me, Tay Alexandria, everywhere on where am I? Oh, Tay Alexandria TV.
And I'm Monique Loveless, and you can find me everywhere at Ms. Mo Loveless. That's MS Mo Loveless. Also, check me out on my website at MoniqueLoveless.com. So keep updated.
And I am Leslie Cologne. Thank you for tuning in, and you can find me at _Leslie Cologne. That was it for this season. Thank you guys. See you later.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principal.